We're live. Of course, we're live. We're live. We're live. That's the latest I've ever been. How many minutes late am I? 9 minutes. My word. You know what? 10-minute detention after, people. I can't lie, man. I apologize for that. As you lot know, there's been a lot of content coming from me. I've just jumped off Rancy's show and I've jumped on this thing, folks. And yeah, I've had to pattern some stuff behind the scenes as well. So it's been unfortunate, people. Everything's just overrun. So I apologize for keeping you lot up late, or some of you up late. And on that topic, people deluded, I'm back again. Good afternoon to those of you in the UK. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and even in some cases, good night. As I've just said, I hope you're doing well and safe. Big up to everyone who's persisted with my tardiness. And I've been making a lot of mistakes today, innit, people? But it is what it is. A bad day at the office, man. It's like when, it's like Saka missing the pen. I'm good for it, man. I just messed up today. I'm back again, the usual stuff. Please, people, members out there, please make sure you're checking out the community tab. Please make sure you're getting in the habit of checking out the community tab, because I want to do a Q&A show with you guys tomorrow, but I can't do that without the questions. So shout out to you lot that are smart enough and I've been getting in that habit. Please, people, make sure you're asking so I can answer your questions. As well, obviously, good news for you. My Twitch account, if you've already subscribed or whatever, is cool. But we've moved from Deluded 187 to Deluded, so it's easier to find me, people. I emailed Twitch and was able to get that one done. Please make sure you're following on Twitch. Also, if you're on Amazon, make sure you subscribe on Twitch. It's 10 times easier, man. We're gonna be doing a lot of content on Twitch. Got some good content, man. I don't want to spoil it, but I can't lie. We can watch some content and do things together and all of those sort of things. Pause if any of you got some funny ideas. I know I got a lot of baby mums out there and things like that. You be liking the kid, and I know man looking a bit tongue with the grey shirt, and I know you're pitching the guy without no top and that. The one's there, but yeah, man, none of that is legit content, man. Let's be serious now. As I said, I thought I would do 2 live streams with you guys in the hope that Arsenal would officially confirm the signing of Lokonga. We heard Thursday. Knowing my luck, by the time this live stream is done, we'll probably hear that. So if you're not in the knowledge already, please check out the live stream I did earlier. Long story short, Lokonga is all but an Arsenal player. A couple of I's to be dotted, T's to be crossed. He'll play no part in Scotland, of any participations in Scotland, but he'll go off with the boys in America. He's done his quarantining and all of those sort of things. So yeah, man, it is what it is. Shout out to everybody. I see people talking about trees. I'm not talking about the ones you plant. So I must have really been delaying, man. Big up Prince Teddy. Hit the like button. Anyone that wants to be Twitch moderators and help with the Twitch, please make sure you get your emailing me and things. I'm gonna need your help, and who better to help me than my own? I like the community. We've got a lot of moderators that sweep things up. A lot of you moderators have been lazy, but it is what it is. I can't lie, man. There's even rumors of Tammy Abraham and all of these sort of things, people. So let's try and scroll and see let me do a quick little recycle of the Amazon, too much on Amazon Twitch mode, of the Google page, and see if there's any other rumors filtering and all of those sort of things. Oh, Lokonga might be taking number 48. That's been rumored, homage to his postcode back in Belgium. It makes me like him more seeing that, because he never forgets his roots, and we always support a ghetto youth and them thing there. So yeah, it's what it is. In relation to Lokonga, it's only right to do a little recap. So by now, there should already be some information. So I'm going to get into that shortly, people. But yeah, man, where's my manners? I like to speak to you. I like to definitely speak a lot. We've done a lot of videos, but I like to hear what you lot are saying, man. I hope you're well, Jamie, as well, man. I hope you're doing well and safe. I hope you're good. BG was just saying soon live, folks. I guess I really was soon live. Shout out to the Twitch gang as well and the people that were there. Obviously, you can actually subscribe via Amazon Prime. Next week, you know what? We're gonna do a Twitch only Q&A. So, and I know I only do Q&As for the members. You're gonna get a Q&A there, man. You're gonna get a Q&A there, man. You say clickbait. I said not a chance to speak to you, lot, man. Mr. Toxic. I'm sorry, my guy. Bro, you better be even bad, but I'm just talking about flavors. Signing a potential youngster is fine, but we demand proven with great talent kind of signing. Solid snake, pause. That's a bit beaky, but I agree. But at the end of the day, we got to do in it. We can't force the issue. I agree with you. We need a bit more ready-made guys that are here. But equally, I want players with potential players of tomorrow. I mean, yeah, Lokonga might not be known to those outside Belgium, or the ignorance is bliss sort of folk. But make a name for yourself. Everyone had to start somewhere. Kevin was there somewhere. Man didn't even believe given him at Chelsea, and he went Wolfsburg and done his thing. Everyone's got to start somewhere, man. You know, way before Salah was ever Mo Salah, I'm sure he was playing in the Egyptian in the Egyptian streets. The same goes for Mane in humble beginnings in Senegal. So you gotta give man a chance sometime, man. So yeah, the grind don't stop, never, never, ever. Man was late twice. Someone patting up DGA. To be fair, I'd fit in right at Arsenal, wouldn't I? Aubameyang, Maitland-Niles, Joe Willock. Hey, man, we fit in right, man. Of course, I'll feel it myself, man. Of course, if you don't feel yourself, who's gonna feel you? Pause. But yeah, moving on. Let's crack on with a couple things, man. I think we can get a first time stamp in. I'm cheating a bit. KOOPMEINERS has been linked with Arsenal. KOOPMEINERS. Now, my Dutch people, forgive me. You know I can't pronounce these names. I mean, no disrespect by that, but yeah, South London's finest B has said we've been linked with him again, and. You know, I know some people say he's a bit too similar to Xhaka. I think he's got the mentality. I think he is a bit cumbersome, a bit, you know, not the most agile, but I think he's a good passer. I think he's got a good mentality. I think he can play in a couple of roles in midfield, and I'm sure he can play centre-half. He's of the right age. I have seen him linked with a couple of French and Italian teams, so I'm not too sure if there is any realness in them links, but I'd take that. I don't know if he's probably a player like everybody that we've scouted and things like that, but I don't know if he's high up the contact list in terms of who we want. You've heard Buendia, you've heard this, you've heard that, you've heard the third, didn't it? And there is certain things here, you know. So bring up South London's finest again, man. You need to get on Twitch. You need to be one of my moderators on Twitch because you're always saving the day. You're on some superhero thing. You know, I'll never give South London slander again. But yeah, on that topic, yeah, and he's, you know, you can see him wearing the captain's band, so there's something with his mentality. But if you just type his name in on Google, people, should we start with the Metro because that's where we was here? Arsenal preying on KOOPMEINERS and have a major advantage in the race to sign the AZ Alkmaar midfielder. Out to Jaden Sandro, keep your head high, Black King. You never have to apologize for missing a pen. You acted with integrity. Shout to Rashford, Saka, Mings, and the rest of them as well if they haven't been listed. Shout to the players that may not be black, but treat people like decent human beings, and obviously the fans too. Griezmann set to leave Barcelona free to Saul. You know, it's a bit mad. I don't know why I'm focusing on the other headlines, but that's what the transfer window's about. But staying on task. Yo, you can't learn my location. I'm unknown. But anyways, Arsenal are reportedly plotting a move to land AZ Alkmaar star turn KOOPMEINERS. Mikel Arteta is determined to add quality to his midfield ranks for the forthcoming season, and Anderlecht star Albert Sambi Lokonga is set to complete a 17 million switch to the Emirates imminently. So, Mr. Toxic, you said clickbait. It's all but done, fella, ain't it? I don't know what you're talking about, mate. You're pulling my leg. Your girl can do it as well. She can pull the third one. But moving forward, but the Gunners are keen to further strengthen in this area once Sambi Lokonga signs. There has been rumours of him going out on loan. I don't know if that's interlapted with this. With Mikel Arteta short of options after Real Madrid recalled both Ceballos and Odegaard. I love how they're trying to plug Ceballos here like we was going to keep him. Obviously, Guendouzi's left on a temporary basis. I actually don't know if that's an obligation to buy or an option. It looks like Torreira will be keeping it moving. Xhaka to Roma. When 1 minute's happening, then it's not. You know, if we're looking to sign two midfielders, you know, I don't think we're going to sign KOOPMEINERS and Lokonga for what it's worth. They're two different profiles of midfielders, which you could say that. Are we going to do that and then sign a cam to go with SMITH-ROWE? Maybe that's why Joe Willock's gone on loan. What happened potentially? What's going on with Maitland-Niles? I don't know how determined we are to complete this sort of move. And again, maybe putting a downer on it. Maybe this is where the rumours have come, and this makes me want him more. Obviously, you know. He's been an Arsenal fan since a child. According to Dutch publication, The Telegraph, Arsenal are preying on KOOPMEINERS but face strong competition should they launch a summer bid for the 23-year-old with Rennes, Roma, Atalanta, Inter Milan, and Brighton and Hove Albion among his many admirers. I'm even like, I can't read today, you know. Staring at the screen for too long. I gotta find an excuse. But as you can see here, I did say I'm sure he's been linked with a couple of Italian teams. Do Arsenal legitimately want him, or are these the other teams that want him? As you know, in life, if you snooze, you lose. He might be a top target or a target of Arsenal, but if we have priorities elsewhere, he might be the only one for Rennes, the only one for Atalanta, potentially Roma. Don't quite think Inter Milan, probably Brighton. So then that's the speed of wanting to get a move done. They get their move done. And I don't know for AZ Alkmaar's financial situation. I'm pretty sure they've just announced the sale of Calvin Steggs to Nice or something like that. Nice have signed another winger as well for what it's worth. Can be a decent team to watch. I like him a lot, people. You know, he's internationally recognized. He's, you know, he's made 141 appearances. He's captaining his team all at 23, the same age as Ben White. So the mentality is there, young, hungry, and with a point to prove is what I want to see our manager reflect. So I would love to see the team reflect that, and I think you could with him. Please make sure you hit the like button. And he was a lifelong Arsenal fan, so that's, you know, an icing on the cherry, you know, icing on the cake. But apparently back in March, his agent claimed his client had admirers all over Europe, but remained focused on AZ Alkmaar. Like Arsene Wenger said, everyone thinks they've got the prettiest wife at home. Like with his agent, his agent's job is to tout interest, whether it's legitimate or not. KOOPMEINERS is on the short list of many teams in Europe's top 5 leagues, and Inter are one of them. I haven't spoke directly to Inter yet, but it's still early in the season, and we'll see what happens in the next few months. For now, obviously, he's focused for club and country. So that's that one there. Is there anything different in this report that's linked KOOPMEINERS to our club? I don't know. He's just said he's a fan of the club. We know, and it's just more or less said the same thing, that people want to keep it moving, really and truly. So yeah, it doesn't seem like there's much in that. Apart from that, is there anything else? And there, well, you know, you can see already 2 talks here, people. Apparently 3 weeks ago, he was, you know, he was going to Atalanta, but it was not a done deal. As you look can see, 3 weeks ago, it's also said here, please make sure you're hitting the like button and supporting the thing on Twitch. You can actually subscribe via, if you got Amazon Prime, make sure you subscribe for me on Twitch. Apparently Ren's in talks as well. Like you can see here, this was a day ago. So is this just hyped up rumors and stuff to just, you know, speed Rennes to get over the line? You know, it doesn't seem like Arsenal are in the position to make an imminent midfield signing unless your name's Lokonga. You'd imagine Xhaka, one of them sort of guys, has to be moved on before we do anything more. Of course, this could be happening, but it's just a bit fishy. You know, 20 hours ago, 24 hours ago, this was there, people. And at Atlanta are in talks. But anyways, as you lot can see here, Rennes are also in talks to try to sign a 23-year-old more defensive midfielder from AZ Alkmaar. They've already submitted an opening bid for the player, who is contracted for another 2 years. It's currently unclear whether or not the offer is going to be accepted. As you lot can see, they're in advanced talks with him. So it is what it is in that regards. And obviously we know another player we've been linked with in Camavinga is refusing to sign a new deal there, so they'll have to make a decision there. So it's just one big merry-go-round. And with respect, you know, it is a top 5 league and stuff, but you know, you've been linked with Arsenal, Inter Milan, Rennes. Come on now, help us out a bit. Come on. You know, if PSG or even a Lyon was there, I get it, or a couple German teams, but I don't know where I'll go on for that one. So I think I'm just going to leave that one there. Like I said, there might be legitimate legs to it. I would want him, but I can't see it happening, folks, for what it's worth. So yeah, 237 of you locked in. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. We can actually, this was from earlier today, people, or was it? I think it was. So yeah, let's delete that. That's just some content I've got for you lot. SMITH-ROWE, we can put SMITH-ROWE here. And I've just made a Kalam way of spelling Tammy, but we'll pattern that all. What are you lot saying, people? I haven't been sharing you lot too much love, really and truly. Let me type in Twitch. Deluded Guno. No longer Deluded Guno 187, folks, but we're still active. We're still out here, man. I'm actually going to get the link. I need to chat to my guy about this. What's going on? Where's the link for my Twitch? Sorry, folks. Why can't I actually find why is it in Greece as well? Why is it saying that I'm watching from Greece, bro? There we have it. Thank you very much. Mute that. Sorry, folks. Obviously, I've just dropped the link. Make sure you're supporting the thing on Twitch as well. Let's come off that now. So yeah, for real this time, what are you guys saying, people? Please make sure you're hitting the like button, you're subscribing, and you're doing the rest of it. 122 likes. I'm very appreciative of that, people. DG's feeling himself today, of course, bro. Right. You know what? Let's get on to Tammy Abraham, man, because I'm seeing a lot of comments about Tammy Abraham. So yeah, let's set the good old timestamp. Let's go. 1440. Tammy to Arsenal. Now, whether it's true or not is another thing, people, but we're gonna have to see, man. Who would I prefer, KOOPMEINERS or Neves? Ooh, I'd rather KOOPMEINERS. Jenkinson loved the team, but he was tired. Simon Powell said all parties have agreed a deal for Hossam Aouar 3 hours ago. So we'll bookmark Aouar, but let's stay with Tammy. Let's stay with Tammy quickly. I need to scroll all the way down because man are saying Tammy who can't recognize this club anymore. More DG Tammy's bagged 15 goals when he's playing a full season, giving penalties 20 goal at league striker potentially. But is his hold up play good enough? Like I like Tammy. I'm taking Tammy personally, but it's like when I've watched him. For a big man, his hold-up play is quite dead. He probably needs too many chances before he converts. He's probably not good enough in the air. You know, he's not good enough in terms of the link-up play. He's got a bit more about him than just scoring goals, but he's not kind of the striker. For me, I'd take him, but I don't know if you're going to be the first choice striker. If I'm Aston Villa, West Ham, and then teams there, I'm trying to get him. Like, I'll take Tammy, and I agree he could be a 20 league striker. And fundamentally, all I care about is if you're scoring goals, but it's like, I'm not really feeling it, man, if I'm completely honest with you. So yeah, a man said I don't want Tammy. I think that's a bit harsh. Keep your questions in that coming, people. But Tammy Abraham's the man of the topic right now. Tammy Abraham, have we learned nothing? Crazy. Please stop spamming. You're just gonna get blocked, and nothing is gonna get red people. You're just gonna make yourself look like an idiot. But anyways, man, Tammy offered to Dortmund as part of the deal for Haaland. Yeah, and they've rejected that. So I don't think, you know, how much can we really move for Tammy? You know, because You've given Balogun a new deal, and I wonder for Balogun how he must be feeling, if you could feel anything. You've still got Eddie on the books. You know, Aubameyang's going to stay. To us, a decision hasn't been made on Lacazette. You've still got Martinelli, you know. Surely someone needs to move, or someone's got to go on loan, or something's just got to give before you can go for Tammy Abraham. And on top of that, I don't know how much they're going to ask for Tammy. I know he's playing around with his contract, but I would say for me, I'm trying to get 40, 50 million for Tammy Abraham if I'm Chelsea, because of the English tax, because he has done it, you know, he's played in the Premier League a couple of times, because he is a goal scorer. Do Arsenal have 40 to 50 million for an area which would need to be addressed? But could you argue there's better priorities elsewhere? Like, I know we're allegedly confirming the signing of Lokonga today, but, you know, could you invest that on a centre mid? We're linked with Ben. I mean, yeah, we're linked with Ben White. He's not officially here. Can you go and get that done? Right back. Let's get something done there. You know, again, even goalie. There's what's going on with Leno. There's probably more pressing areas there, and all of those sort of things. I like Tammy. I'll be open to it, but that's how I feel, anyways. But the source of the rumors, you know, shout out the Beautiful Game podcast. They do a great job. You know, free young Black Kings as well, so support them out and do their thing. Like you can see here, and they've actually interviewed Joe Willock and the rest of them, man. And I've actually, you lot remember Booge, I had him on, you know, so go and support them man's thing. They done an interview with Joe Willock as well, I think last year, and you know them man there. I don't know their plugs and that, but they'll probably get more exclusive interviews and stuff, and it'll be great to watch and listen. Like I said, they make great content, and there's some of the good guys in this space. But like you see here, Arsenal holding interest in Tammy Abraham. He's on a list of potential options at striker. So again, we've got to take it at face value. What you can't see there is Arsenal are buying Tammy Abraham, bid for Tammy Abraham, bare excitement. He's on a list, you know. We don't know. There might be a list of 10 man. He might be 10th. What I assume that list is potential quote unquote targets should something happen with Aubameyang, should, you know, a decision happen over Lacazette. I don't know. Obviously, if I'm Balogun, there's a lot to think about if you sign Tammy Abraham, who's in his early 20s, you know. You can still have a part to play at Arsenal, but you've just signed the deal. While I believe Arsenal owe you nothing and they didn't put a gun to your head to sign that deal, it'd give you a lot to think about. But apart from that, like you can see here, people, you know, Tammy Abraham's in hot demand, people. Arsenal interested in Tammy Abraham after Chelsea offer striker to Borussia Dortmund. Obviously, like you lot have said, in relation to the Lukaku business. I mean, well, Lukaku's been linked with them, but Haaland. Arsenal are said to be shock contenders for Chelsea striker Tammy Abraham. The England international endured a tough season last year, obviously. Moving down, just to get to the relevant parts, people. Sky Germany claimed Chelsea have discussed the possibility of sending Abraham or Callum Hudson-Odoi to Borussia Dortmund in part exchange for Haaland. However, Chelsea were pegged back in their advances, meaning Abraham is set to stay as things stand. Just as I said that, shout out to this newspaper for giving the Beautiful Game podcast some credit, man. Many people don't credit where they see things from. But anyways, the two teams I said, I did not read this article. They're just two teams because I always see West Ham linked with Eddie and Nketiah. I remember Villa fans, shout out to Kyle if you're locked in. I remember Tammy Abraham had a good little loan spell there. And that could be a good thing, you know. Obviously, seeing what Villa's done for Watkins' England chances, Tammy, you might, you know, Southgate likes you, so if you play well, that could be a team for you, and that would probably be better options than Arsenal. Obviously, none of us are in Europe, and we finished there. Well, not ahead of West Ham, but typically. But it means nothing really and truly. You need to go where you're going to consistently play. And I personally think what you see happen to you at Chelsea, if I was Arsenal gaffer, it probably happened to you. Obviously, general play and the rest of it can improve, but I don't. He just ain't got enough. I wouldn't go as far as to say he's a tall man's Tammy, because tall man's Eddie, because unlike Eddie and Nketiah, as much as I like Eddie, my guy, 309 people locked in, hit the like button. But he's done the business. He's gone away and scored goals, bro. Eddie and Nketiah went to Leeds, it didn't bang. I'm being harsh, but it didn't bang. You know, this guy's got proven pedigree, so he's a class above him. You know, this guy, I think if I'm West Ham, I'm Villa and all these other teams, you could throw Brentford if they never had Ivan Toney there. With respect to Eddie and Nketiah, if I sign Tammy, he's my main striker. I think he can get 18, 20 league goals. Don't make me look silly now. With Eddie, you're probably hoping to get 10, and that's because he hasn't done that yet. I'm not being harsh. This is the reality. If you want to be a striker, you have to learn how to score goals, innit? Simple as that, you know? You want to be DG, you have to practice. You get me? It takes time to look like this. But anyways, I had to plug myself. But on that topic, I just said proven pedigree. Right before we come back to this, people, Tammy Abraham. Bro, why can I never spell Abraham, bro? I ain't been able to spell that since school days. Very unnecessary characters. I want to just see his career stats, because obviously I don't want to just make comments and not back it up, people. I think he's more proven. I'm pretty sure he's got a decent pedigree. The only place I think he hasn't bagged the goals consistently, for me, off the top of my head, would probably be Swansea, because it weren't probably the best of seasons. And even then, you know, Eddie ain't got a record like that. You know, Tammy's not dead. You know, assists could be better, but he's a striker, bro. 78 championship games, 48 goals, 26 goals in 89 appearances in the Prem. That's not the best, but you have to discount. He was young at Swansea. He's not really getting a look in at Chelsea. Did he not finish Chelsea's top goal scorer? So I don't mind taking Tammy Abraham. And he's default, you can't compare him to Eddie, bro. With respect, you know, 125 goals. Obviously, this is being a bit mad. We got to, you know, let's not quite 125. I'm not trying to count FA Youth Cup and them thing there, but, you know, 125 goals in 266. Like I said, the Swansea loan was dead. But you look at him, 40 appearances there, 26 goals for Villa, 40 appearances, 26 goals, 48 for Bristol, 26, you know, again. For Chelsea, he's bagged 30 times and got 12 assists in 82. There's something there, you know. There's something there in him. He's not dead. I don't think he's good in the air enough. I don't think he's got enough general play at this moment in time. He's only 23. You know, I'd take him in the squad and things. If Lacazette leaves, he can be part of the thing. But are you going to be number one? I don't know. Even if Aubameyang and all these players call it a day, unless a miracle happens, you could be in my squad. I don't think you'd be that. Arsenal are currently assessing their attacking options and whether they're viable long term. I mean, Tammy gives you long termism. You know, I'm sure someone's got to take a chance on Danny Ings. Hella transfer news, people. Let me screenshot this because there's plenty of stuff to talk about on the DG podcast. Shameless plug. Hit the like button, 342. Obviously, Spotify, Apple, all of those sort of things. Tomorrow, Tuesdays and Fridays, Deluded podcast. Make sure you're keeping an eye out for that. It will be out eventually on YouTube, so make sure you're paying attention for that for you know, you freeloaders. Obviously, members Q&A day tomorrow, so please check the community tab. And obviously, the future of Tammy in relation to Arsenal and Lacazette, they're tied with each other, in it. Arsenal will listen to offers for Alexandre Lacazette should they arrive this summer. He has 2 years left. Aubameyang's tied down. Eddie Nketiah is expected to move on this summer, with Crystal Palace among those interested in his services. Abraham would be interested in a move across London should Chelsea make it clear his game time would be limited. You'd get more game time with us. It would be very technical because surely Balogun has to go out on loan, because for me, that would tell me that first and foremost, Lacazette's left. Or even if there's a reality where Lacazette stays and we buy Tammy and we have Aubameyang, pardon me, Martinelli's still out of them young G's the striker who gets the more game time for me. So Balogun probably has to go out on loan. I wouldn't mind Tammy. You know, he is an Arsenal fan. You see his tweets get resurfaced all the time. He is a decent striker. There is, you know, you work with iron out a couple of those rough patches and he could be decent, people. I don't even think Chelsea should be trying to get rid of him, but I can't blame him for wanting to leave. In relation to Tammy Abraham, it appears that is it, people, really. You know, so they've offered him about clearly his game time is going to be limited, or he's someone that potentially isn't going to be playing too much football next season. Anything can happen, but there was times he weren't even in the squad. And obviously you will remember his girlfriend doing hella chatting on social media. That's bound to have gone great with Chelsea and Thomas Tuchel and things. Let's be real. His girlfriend's irrelevant to his future, but your girl is not going to come out in the socials and have the confidence to say that if you're not telling her the mad thing. You know, you want to find out about some. Why do you think when you watch Netflix movies and stuff, it's always the wife that leads to the man's demise, or you go to the wife and you see things because they're normally the brains and things. She's probably telling him to leave more time, and he's telling her what she thinks. It's like, it's who else? I swear, one Brazilian played in the Prem and one of their wives came out and attacked the manager or done something. They're only saying that because they're echoing the thoughts of their husband or their boyfriend or whatever. So that's bound to have gone well, isn't it? So his bridges are, I don't want to say his bridges are burnt, but it probably looks like he's done there in relation to that. So it is what it is in that regards. People, hit the like button, is what it is. So that's Tammy, that's KOOPMEINERS. I don't know why I've got SMITH-ROWE on the notes here, but let's type in SMITH-ROWE. Pretty sure I saw Aston Villa third bid for SMITH-ROWE, people. Yeah, it must be a lie. It must be a catfish thing or something. Let's see. No, it must be gas. One sec, people. Phone's got a charge on that. I hope football is still. Hey, to my man there. Hey, I'm not gonna say names because I know you lot are not like me. You don't want your names to be said. But for those of you that are listening and you know there's football, you know you're coming football. Please don't flop. I'm trying to kick ball. I'm trying to kick ball today. Still, I'm really trying to kick ball today. So if you know you're coming football, do not flop. And I know some of my man them are listening. Burner, I'm talking about you. I know you're listening. I know you're probably laughing at the screen now. Clouds, really, come on now. I don't want to say anyone else's name, but you know what I mean. Like, come on now. He's the new number 10. Bro, you lot are all saying he's the 10. Where's the info? Don't tell me something if there's no 30 legs to it. Like, who said that? I'm not saying you lot are wrong, but who said he's the 10 and that? Want to see 200 likes? What do you mean we're not at 200 likes? You lot are doing me dirty. We're only at 166. You lot are being fuckery, people. I won't lie to you, man. Abraham's not an upgrade on Lacazette. No, you're not an upgrade on Lacazette, I would say, but yeah, man, he would bring me goals. He's not gonna have that's why do you think I kept saying concerns about the link-up play, concerns about the aerial play? Because when you watch Tammy Abraham consistently, he ain't really, yeah, man, it's not really a thing like that. But I don't think he's dead food. Respect your opinion, you know. What about Balogun? I'd rather work with Balogun, but yeah, man, it's one of it's one of them ones, man. He's not dead food though. He's not dead food. He's not dead food. He's not. His pedigree, whatever you say, he's scoring goals. You know, I don't think you understand how the B-Tech system works because he's better than Eddie and Nketiah. Like, thank you. Stop gassing it. Like, I love Eddie, but stop gassing it, bro. I don't think we're into him anyways, but we move, man. E.g., Matt Law confirmed that Arsenal are interested. Probably so, yeah, man. He's on this list. So I have to see what happens, man. I agree with this. Respectfully, we need better than Tammy. We're also at the stage where we need an immediate impact player, and I think Tammy's not the finished product. I agree, David. But same way, I think he would, you know, I think he will score goals next season in the Prem. Has Everton written all over him. Fair play. Palace are signing some good players. Hope they get a bit more experience, you know, signing some very good young players. You know, they've got Gurley, you know, they've got Elise, you know, they've got Eze. You know, you hold on to Zaha. I think that won't be hard because who is going to buy Zaha at this moment in time? You know, I wouldn't mind Zaha, but it is what it is in that regards, people. You know, one of you is saying there's some article on Sky Sports relating to this 10 business, SMITH-ROWE in the 10. So I'm going to give it one last attempt to try and legitly find it. And then I guess if I can't find it, it's an opinions thing, innit? I always like to just have a sort of reference to go off, if that makes sense. And I just think it looks a bit more visually pleasing for you guys. If obviously you can see what's going on, which you can't right now. Let me scroll all the way down this article. I mean, this new article don't say anything, man. I think you lot are gassing me, so I'll just give you my thoughts off the dome. Obviously, 29-39. Obviously, if SMITH-ROWE gets to 10, it's a big honor, you know. Obviously, it's a massive honor, first and foremost. You know, great players have won the 10 shirt for Arsenal. William Gallas, I'm bad everybody. I hate that guy's guts from a footballing perspective. But SMITH-ROWE, It's a good vote of confidence. New deal, 10 shirt, like with Saka with the 7, the club counts on you. I think we need to sign more creative players or more experience. I think we need an 8.5, more creativity from our midfield, and another 10 for Smith-Rowe to compete against. Now, Smith-Rowe ain't scared of competition. Everyone was like, oh, you can't sign Odegaard because Smith-Rowe in this. And, you know, there was times Odegaard wasn't at it, Smith-Rowe was, Odegaard wasn't, or both weren't. And they both played together. One was taken out. We need one in the squad. I think Smith-Rowe, you know, no matter where we're going, we're meant to be Arsenal Football Club. No matter how young you are and whatnot, there's meant to be competition. Saka's one of the first names on the team sheet. But if our team develops to the way it is, I hope to dream of a team where he's not, because there's so many competitions for his place and things like that. If you're holding the number 7 and the 10 for Arsenal, like any clubs, that's a target on your back. The only way is down. You're meant to be the top man, one of the big dogs. You're meant to, you know, be a part of, you know, any sort of competition you're on it. There should be a target. Everyone wants your back. So at some point, we're not a creche. I love Mahale and Baby. I love the fact that he's come through, but the same way we're trying to be a football club. We're not here to make friends and have friends. We're here to try win trophies and them thing there. So it's a big vote of confidence and he deserves it. Some harsh critics might say, you know what, he's only been doing the business for 6 months. He's got the 10 shirt. What's going on? If he gets it, well deserved. He's probably the best player. He is the best deserving of it. I hear Lacazette wants it. Calm down. You're even lucky to have the shirt, the number you have, really and truly. Smith-Rowe gets it. I'm not going to sit here and cap, though. A part of me hopes, like everyone, let's be real, the 10 is kept vacant for someone. If that's going to be Maddison, which probably isn't, or someone else, we're hoping for that number 10. I don't mind Smith-Rowe because he's going to have it for years. I know he's a 20-year-old guy, in it. He's probably a bit naive. He's in his early 20s like myself. He's 20, literally. So you have to be wary of listening to the Arsenal for life. I want to be a one-club man. I'm sure he wants to, but things change. You know, right now he's a young player given a platform. Are you going to have the same energy if Arsenal, you and Saka, if Arsenal are doing the foolishness they're doing, you're developing, you know, if you're an England international at 26 years of age, never played in the Champions League or not done anything of significance trophy-wise, and you might love Arsenal, at some point you've got to do whatever. I'm sure a lot of you have been in relationships where you've loved that guy or girl, but you've had to keep it moving. Love can't make things run. Things can't run off love alone, because even if Smith-Rowe was to do that, the pendulum is going to shift, and one day you're going to be 32, 35. The team's going to, you know, might get a testimonial. You're going to get a pat on the back for your service, and that's it. You know, no one cares once you've called it a day. We'll hail up the man that played for Arsenal, you know, big up Henry and he's still about, but to a degree he's not relevant because he's not playing anymore, and that goes for everybody. So I think, you know, Smith-Rowe deserves the 10, but yeah, man, I think we need some more creative players anyways to shift the burden and let Smith-Rowe flourish, man. You know, in times of adversity, players thrive. You know, Saka was moving crap, he got his opportunity. Smith-Rowe. But I want people at this club, young players in particular, to thrive in different ways. They shouldn't always have to thrive amongst chaos. Let's find a platform for them to develop. And same way some man thrive under chaos, sometimes that could be the worst thing for some young players. And shout out to Smith-Rowe and Saka. For me, there's been too many times where we haven't been able to take them out of the squad, or they clearly are not having the best of games. We can't take them off because them, man, they are the best players on the pitch. And it's big up them, but Arsenal Football Club, I know we're not the Arsenal we used to be. We should never be in a situation where our future is reliant on 2 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds, whatever sort of thing. And this ain't me to criticize them. This is just the reality. I want them to be able to thrive. They should be young leaders, but they shouldn't be the leaders of the squad. In the same way, Tierney, big up to him. He's just come from Celtic, basically. You know, it's the young players, people that have just come onto the first team scene, people that have just been bought. They're the ones telling me as a fan what Arsenal's about. Because with respect to Xhaka, I don't get, you know, Xhaka acts with integrity, and so does El Nene. I don't get what Arsenal's about with them two. I don't get it with, you know, people that have other people that have been here for a long time. Bellerin, you know, he doesn't typify Arsenal. In some way, he does. Mediocrity. He didn't deserve that, innit? That was a bit harsh, man. I feel bad about throwing Bellerin in that, but you get the point. I'm rambling now, people. Big up everyone that's locked in. So, yeah, you know, get the 10 shirt, relish it. But remember, you got a target on your back. It's like Balogun. You know, you signed a new deal, this and that. Nobody cares now. Show that you deserve to start, because the club are looking at Tammy Abraham. You know, for us, we're questioning why they're doing that. But for the club, it makes sense to look at that. You know, it don't matter. Arthur Okonkwo, you know, you signed a new deal. No one cares now. Show the business. Everyone's just going to remember that mistake. And I back him to come back from that. But it's got to get real at some point. You know, we can't keep holding man's hand in that. At some point, you know, when you're teaching your son or daughter to ride a bike and the stabilizers are gone, you've got to let go of that bike. If they bust their leg, they bust their leg and get up. You know, all right, when my dad was teaching me, he was mad harsh. But I remember busting up myself. Guys are saying, get up. Not even looking. That's like I don't know, man. looking back at, you know, you got to get yourself up in this life. But damn, man, could have showed the guy some love. It don't cost nothing for that. Show the son some love, bro. But anyways, on that topic, 378 locked in, people. That's what I feel about Smith-Rowe's ticket. It really and truly. Smith-Rowe, new contract /10, fair play. It's shout to Smith-Rowe. Like I said, I would have loved for there to be some report or something, but I can't see any of that. Please make sure you're following across Twitch. Appreciate you lot. 209 likes, but there's 377 locked in, so the maths isn't mathing, people. Hit the like button. Arsenal are not making any more signings. You know, you're gonna get unexpected high bills. You know, your baby mums are gonna keep preeing the guy. You know, for the haters, the DG YouTube channel might just close down if you hit that like button, and subscribe if you haven't, man. We are a banter club, but being linked with Tammy isn't necessarily that, man. We've been linked with worse, in my opinion. As a Chelsea fan, his forward runs are not great and his heading ability is abysmal, but he's very good at finishing on the ground. He's a bit like not an Aubameyang, but he's an Aubameyang in that you need to give man 10 chances and he'll score one. He's not clinical per se. He's, you know, Aubameyang's clinical off the basis. He'll get 100 chances and bury a couple and he'll do some calamitous misses. I think Tammy needs to go to a West Ham, Everton, these teams where you're going to be number one, provided you prove it. So, yeah. Oh, I just clocked what you're on about, Kimberly, about she was causing a ruckus. Yeah, Tammy Abraham's girl was causing a ruckus. And there's many things. Many footballers leave football clubs because their kids and wives can't settle in the country or whatever. Or you know, the kids aren't settling in school. There's many other reasons beyond the coach or any of these sort of things, man. Leaked picture on Twitter. Fair play. You know, obviously, I wouldn't, you know, our academy isn't what it used to be. They're trying to get back. You know, it's not, yeah, it is what it is. But I don't think we've missed out because we've missed out. You know, it doesn't, you know, he's that guy from Brighton, Bournemouth. Sorry, I can't say his name. He probably had a lot of offers. And Aston Villa is a club to sign for. What I will say is it looks like we're kind of, when we do sign the foreign players, they're not really levels, in my humble opinion. We're not getting the Jeffrey Adelays, the Marlins, and the rest of them. We're kind of signing meaty players, if I'm completely real with you. And a couple of the additional signs at 23's level are quite meaty to me. But yeah, man, I would say quality for quality. You ain't gonna have, at least right now, you are not gonna see that. You remember when it was like Chris Woollock, Josh De Silva, Dragomir, Jeffrey Adelaide, Benassia. You know, when it was just an overload, and you know, we're playing catch up, but yeah, man. A man said, DJ, I've sent you the picture of Smith-Rowe with a 10 on IG. I'll pre it in a sec. My phone's charging, read, but it's over there still. But yeah, give Martinelli the 10. Nah, I'd rather Martinelli get that number 9 or that 7, but Saka's got it, so it's cool, man. Smith-Rowe would have more goals and assists this season. That's something he's got to add to his game. Bro, run it off, man. Bro, I come from playing football in the era, bro. If you leave your house to kick ball 11 aside, 5 aside, bro, you can't be injured or you're not going back home unless you're dead or a madness happens. You're not injured. You're not injured. You need to get up and go yard, man. Like, is what it is. If you got some Vaseline and some water, then that's your remedy, innit? It might not even help, but someone might have some vapor rub for you to put in your chest for whatever reason, like Vieira. That's about it. You got to take yourself home, man. You got to hold that, firm that, as the olders would say in the cage. Run off that pain, broski. He probably won't start, but you know, someone said the Everton. I think Everton would be a good job for him, really. You know, Villa, you know, he'd have to fight Ollie Watkins, and Ollie Watkins got the England team ahead of him. Maybe there's something there. I would say, you know, I'd say Tammy would give them something. He'd mix it up for them, man, because again, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I'm keen to see this season. He's had a good goal, but a lot of his goals are service reliant, and they're kind of the same goals. So if teams crack onto that and clock onto that, there might be issues in that, man. What's going on, DG? After years of supporting from the States, I'm finally going to see the Arsenal in Florida, and I'm super excited to see them in person. Hope it's not a repeat performance for Hibernian. Shout out to you, George, and I'm happy for you, man, because, you know, obviously, I don't care if you're going to the Emirates I just think football fans are a bit snooty, and Arsenal fans are no different, man. You've got Arsenal fans who think they're better than everyone because they go to AFT meetings and they're a bit higher class society. There's people who think they're snobby because they're season ticket holders because they go to games. You know, people who think they're better than foreign fans and stuff like that, when it doesn't matter, because the same respect I will give to, or so I think someone deserves for departing with their hard-earned money to buy tickets and the rest of it, and obviously the many TV packages, it's the same sort of effort you lot need. You lot wake up at stupid o'clock. You know, last pre-season, I said that, man. I was waking up stupid o'clock to do watch-alongs and them things there with you guys or whatever he's doing. And we probably will have to do that again. So I've got pure admiration. But as much as that, you know, it's lovely to see, or you'll be in a position to be able to see and directly, you know, get the buzz for Arsenal and things like that, man. Hopefully it's a decent lineup for you as well. So yeah, it is what it is, man. In that regards, please make sure you're hitting the like button. We've been linked with James Maddison again, so should we try and see what's going on there? Where's the article? Clip that. We can clip that. Make sure you're supporting the Twing on Twitch as well, people. I actually want to see these rumors as well, man. Oh, Ben White wants the move to happen. Skip that. We'll go Ben White. Wants Arsenal move. So yeah, people, please make sure you're subscribed on Twitch if you're not going to do anything sensible today. Let's get into this sort of stuff now, people. Now, obviously, a lot of you were saying there's a article to read or whatever and all of these sort of things, people. I'm just going to pre this in it. It said this was the only thing I saw with SMITH-ROWE, but Ben White wants moved from Brighton. SMITH-ROWE contract talks positive. Brighton defender Ben White wants a move to Arsenal to happen as talks continue between the clubs after 2 rejected bids. The England defender loves Brighton but feels the time is right for a new challenge. He's been there since academy days. He's got an England call up and things. Harsh critics might say, wow, I think you have to admire Ben White because he's had a couple of loan spells and done well. It's only really been one season in the Premier League and it's a 50 million asking price. It can go right, it can go wrong. You've heard personal terms once again have been agreed, and it's just a case of matching the valuation these lot want. Hopefully there's some more progress in relation to whether Ben White is signing for this club or not because he's at the Euros. If it becomes clear we cannot get this man, please can we move on? You know, because harsh critics might say if we're in a position to spend 50 million on Ben White, where we at present fans can't evidently see if he's better than what we have, I think he'll be a good addition. I'm keen to see the Ben White at 26, but we need leaders. Is he significantly better than what we have? Is he head and shoulders above everyone already at centre half? Probably, maybe not. It's not a, you know, would we have been calling for Ben White before the Arsenal links? I wouldn't have. I'd have admiration for him, but I wasn't saying to sign Ben White. So I'm happy to see it happen, but it is what it is. I just want to see some clarity so that we can move, because personally, it would have been lovely if we had the Jadon Sancho sort of thing with United in that, yeah, Ben White's going to take time off and whatnot. I mean, Sancho's taking time off, but he's their player. He can immediately do what they're doing if he wants in pre-season, you know. I would have fancied Ben White to not take too much time off because he barely played. I reckon you could have got him done, dusted. He could have been going off to America with the boys, gelling in, working with Arteta on pre-season, and then maybe we could have had Marie and Ben White for the game against Brentford. I'm keen to see who starts that. Right now, I have to assume it's Holding and Marie. I definitely think Marie's going to start, and well-deserved, really. Looks the fittest out of everyone. Brighton will not stand in his way provided their valuation is met. Arsenal have had 2 bids worth 40 million and 47 rejected. Arsenal are hopeful a deal can be struck for the 23-year-old, so we'll have to see. So we'll have to see what happens. Meanwhile, talks over a new contract for Emil Smith-Rowe are moving positively, with all parties hopeful a deal can be agreed. His deal is up until 2023, and as we've previously spoken about, Mikel Arteta said he's 100% staying. For Villa fans, there might be hope because he said Joe Willock is staying. He didn't say 100%. He said he's staying, and he might be going on loan. So it is what it is. Bellerin apparently has told Arsenal he wants a new challenge. We want a new challenge as well, bro. We want a new challenge as well. Sorry, make sure I don't forget that. Bellerin's allegedly said he wants to leave. Talks continue with Inter over transfer, and while Arsenal want a permanent deal or at least a loan with an obligation to buy, the Serie A champions prefer a loan with an option. So that could be good for everyone but Arsenal, because they might say, oh, Bellerin's not actually that good. You know, this next Italian brother's come on the scene. You know, he just come from Roma's academy or something. Let's buy him. Or this next guy who's come on the scene in Europe, or someone might come out of our Rome academy. You know, if it works out, great. If it doesn't, we've got an exit plan. And for Arsenal, that's dead, because you're going to have a player with a year left. And it's another, like, I'm sorry, but there's just been too much storylines with Hector Bellerin. He's 26 now. He can leave with his head held high. He's been a good serviceman. In large, he's been a good player. You know, he's won trophies. He's gone from a boy to a man here. Go and do your thing, man, whether that's playing in Italy, returning to Spain, whatever. You're not the right back. You haven't progressed. As I said, you know, Joe Gomez, forced to right back, is probably better than you. There's a couple centre halves that can play right back that are better than you. You look at Trent, Wan-Bissaka, James Justin, Reece James, Danilo, Pereira, probably missing out a couple of others. There's been a couple of probably Ben White at right back as well. There's probably been a couple of people that ain't been on the scene. You burst on the scene early. You know, when you come on the scene, half of them names I said, they weren't about. But when I'm thinking of the top 5 fullbacks in England at right back, you're not there. Tierney's there for left back. He's been here 2 minutes. You know, you're thinking of best ones. I'm probably going to argue with United fans. Who's better, him or Shaw? Shaw's better. Tierney's better. You know, Robertson's going to come into debate. You know, why can't we should be able to say them sort of things there for Bellerin? We can't. You know, he's not a good 1v1 defender. So I don't know. Could you play at some of these teams in the bottom half of the Premier League? I don't know. I would welcome a move if I'm going to Italy. It's a new way of life. Obviously, he's a big fan of fashion. You know, he's a defender at 26 years of age. If you cannot go to Italy and improve as a defender, you might as well give it up, really and truly. In my personal opinion, you know, it might boost your Spanish chances if you look better there. I don't know. You look at what it did for Hakimi. To be fair, Hakimi had way more ability than you at Real Madrid, and you got the vibe he didn't get an opportunity. And I'm really concerned about right back, because Chambers is a ticking time bomb in that. I like Chambers at right back. I think he's played well, but it's a ticking time bomb. It's a centre half playing right back. You know, I'd ask yourself honestly, man, do you see Chambers at right back as your first choice, good enough to get top 4 and beyond? So beyond the squad player, we shouldn't be debating it. I don't really rate Cedric Suarez, and clearly Arteta don't either. Make a decision. Maitland-Niles don't want to play right back. Bellerin's not good enough. You know, I want a right back. I don't want a centre half. Listen, if centre halves can fill in there, that's cool. I want a right back. You know, I want a right back. That's all I want for Christmas, people. I want a right, and I'm asking for this already. You know, that's all I want is a right back. So you got Tierney, you've got Ben White, Gabriel, Saliba, whoever. You've got this right back. Keeper's another thing. Who the hell's in goal? But in theory, if you got Onana, who seems to be going Lyon or whatever, you know, Leno, you could roll with him if he wants to stay, even though I think his decision should be made. You have and then you look forward long term. You've got Lokonga, you've got Smith-Rowe. You need to bring in an 8 to play next to Lokonga to be the guy when Partey's not there. You've got Saka, you've got Martinelli, you've got Balogun. You know, time will tell us if these guys are good enough, but it ties in with the future. At 26, you should Bellerin, 26 years of age. You know, you're as North London as they come via Spain, of course. You should be the first name on the team sheet. You should be the guy when I think of your Mr. Arsenal. With respect to Bellerin, and it's not, I don't blame everything on you. You do tell me, I don't get that with you. In fact, I'm lying, because when you do kind of reflect Arsenal, mediocrity. For whatever reason, injuries, lack of competition, whatever. 26, he's played under 3 gaffers. There's been no significant progress. It's time to call it a day, man. You know, I hope you go somewhere and excel, and we say, why wasn't this Bellerin at Arsenal? But it needs to be a healthy divorce now. It's just there's too much mediocrity within the football club. And we're not going to get rid of it overnight, but we can take some active spots, and, you know, it is what it is there. You can leave with your head held high, Bellerin. So yeah, in relation to Maddison, I don't know, a bit premature with these timestamps, as you lot can see, but in relation to Maddison, Arsenal next level claim about Leicester's James Maddison. He's been linked with Arsenal. It would take a huge offer around 80 million to prize him away. That's gone up by 20 mil. What's going on? Oh, sorry, people. Big up to Kevin Campbell, but this is a clickbait job, man. I love you, Kevin. Arsenal guy and that, but yeah, man, I just thought there was some legs to that. I didn't want an opinion piece. So yeah, that's that, people. But what else are you lot saying, man? Make sure you've hit the like button and you're subscribed on Twitch and following on Twitch and the rest of it, man. Is Lokonga worth 20 mil? Well, she's gonna have to prove it, innit? I don't actually know, but I hope so. Do you have an ideal backline, including anyone we can sign? Backline always a problem. Centre half, man, bro. If you realistically, a good right back in today's game should be able to play right wing back. I think you're still a fullback. You still got to get forward. You still got to defend. Yeah, if you're playing in a back three, you got to go forward a bit more. Shaw can play can play in a back 3 or 4. Tierney can. Robertson can. Reece James can. Trent, in my opinion, can. Wan-Bissaka technically can. He's lacking a bit offensively, but he can. It might not be well, but he can. So it is where it is. 237 likes versus 400 people viewing. Smash the like button, folks. Come on, man. The viewers are doing me dirty. When was the last time Oba was good? We've got some short-term memories, man. Spoke up. Well, I didn't speak on it, but we've seen that. But is there any legs to the Odegaard rumor beyond Real Madrid are broke and they're willing to do deals at a price? I don't know. Good questions, though. Keep them coming, man. Let's move towards 300, man. Bro, I mean, you're going to have to scroll back food for thought and give yourself some food for thought because you're talking and not listening. But you are right. They were offered it. Please scroll back, or actually, you know what? I can show you a timestamp and help you out. Ignorance is bliss. Please. I'll even pull it in the chat for you, man. I'll even pull it in the chat for you. So please scroll back. In life, you've got 2 ears and 1 mouth. Or in this theory, you've got fingers. Sometimes you have to use the ratio in the correct way, man. You're not using it in the best way you could, man. So, yeah, it is what it is. Somebody said Arsenal have announced some, well, not a signing, but something about bringing fans together or something. Yeah, let's see what this is about. 51-30, 416 people hit the like button. Arsenal unveil plans to bring fans closer together. See what this is saying. Now, I'm not taking you down, my guy. I just, obviously, I'm not trying to criticize you, bro. It's difficult to take the turn, man. It's difficult to take the tone or understand what you're saying. So if somebody is saying Tammy is being offered to Dortmund in a Haaland deal, where are you getting this Lacazette link, bro? It's very difficult. As long as Arteta stays, no changes will be made. Fair enough. You're allowed to think that. But let's get into what's been, I don't know. Listen, I think was it South London's finest? I didn't see the username really. One of you lot have said they've thingied this. First time reading it, no clue what it says or doesn't say, people. But anyways, bringing fans closer, new approach unveiled. As the 2021-22 season approaches and following discussions with supporters, representatives, we are discussing a new number of initiatives to bring fans closer to the club. So we're doing this. We've got the game on the weekend. What we're charging people to pay for. We've got a new shirt coming out allegedly. It's all very, very well. Bringing the fans together would be actually where all of you lot are saying you're for the fans, Arsenal specifically, not trying to bump people $7.99. But let's see what this is saying. This is designed to ensure the fans' voice is increasingly central to our decision making moving forward. Again, this is sounding, before I read it, people, I could be wrong. I'm purposely not looking. I'm looking at the floor. I bet you they've employed some token fan or some token representative to just sit on some imaginary board and give the illusion that fans have a voice. Let's see, people. To support this ambition, we are establishing an Arsenal advisory board exclusively comprised of Arsenal fans to provide counsel to the board on a range of predominantly off-field matters. So here we have it. The advisory board will consist of elected representatives from the Arsenal Independent Supporters Association, the Arsenal Supporters Trust, Gay Gooners, domestic and international supporters clubs, Arsenal disabled supporters, and fans forum representatives for 18 to 24-year-olds. I hope they're not, again, I'm happy for that because there's some marginalized and unrepresented groups in society, let alone football. I'm happy for that. But within them, can it be people that are genuine fans? And like I said, not the elitists, people that are, that think they're better than everyone because of season ticket holders, or they go to these ASTs and things like that. There's a lot of people who probably act up. But as you lot see, these groups have been identified, as they represent large numbers of Arsenal's diverse global community. Fan representatives will be elected by their constituent groups, and individuals will remain members for 3 years. The club will be represented on the board by Josh Kroenke, Tim Lewis, Vinay, Mark Gornella, and Mark Bridle. So you've got the supporter liaison, you've got the communication guys. They're needed for how the messages come across to the fans. You know, you've got Tim Lewis again. You know, and this obviously on top of the points I said already. This is in a season where we need to see business. Again, the board will be represented by Josh Kroenke. Josh Kroenke's been trying to do what his dad hasn't done and make his face a bit more prominent, so it gives the vibe that people care. And obviously, Tim Lewis is, you know, the lieutenant, the sidekick, or better yet, probably even the side chick to Stan Kroenke. The Arsenal Advisory Board will meet formally at least twice a season. Key themes of the discussion will include preserving our culture and traditions while celebrating our history. Yeah, I think you could do that on a football field. Future direction or structure of the game, both domestically and in Europe. So maybe consult with you lot before the Super League thing and read the room. Engaging and growing our support around the world. That will happen with bringing in more marketable players, including increasing the club's branding of football, and then the global brand will take care of itself. Everything else you get by just being a good football team. What you do on the field impacts off it. How you behave off it in terms of recruitment will impact on it, which again impacts off it and money and that. Continuing to make a meaningful difference to those in need in our community, in our community work at home and abroad. That's one thing I can't fault Arsenal. They do a lot of good work around the community and individuals. Our work on diversity and inclusion, in particular, fight against online abuse. Yeah, right. Because I think not just Arsenal, every fucking football club and league and everyone, you're fucking bottlers. You won't do it because you do not care, because there's no money in fixing discrimination and the monkey chants and things. But anyways, growing the profile of Arsenal's women and women's game more generally, that's needed. Developing revenues to maximize investment in players. Okay, let's see what that is. You know, are these footballing men that you're gonna and women that you're gonna ask these questions, or that bullet point kind of is irrelevant? It sounds fancy and cool to be part of it, but if they don't know what they're on about, it don't make sense. You know, further areas as agreed in consultation. Further areas as agreed in consultation with Arsenal's advisory board. You can find the board's terms and conditions here. The fans forum will continue to meet 3 times. I didn't even know it was, but it was going down. People hit the like button. The fans forum will continue to meet 3 times a year to discuss more operational matters and will be attended by Chief Executive Vinay and other senior executives. Josh Kroenke will attend at least 1 fans forum each season. As part of the fans forum, the club commits to meaningful consultation in areas to include ticket pricing and experience. Stop charging people $7.99 for pointless friendlies. Membership pricing and benefits, safe standing. Cool. I don't think you're going to do that because this is a business and you lot take the piss, as you lot have seen. Certain people have members and you've taken the piss out of them. Safe standing, significant changes to the match day experience, cashless. Cool, that's needed. Other projects with significant impact, loyalty on fans, e.g. loyalty. Well, earn the loyalty. Maximizing attendance at the Emirates. I mean, let's start by, regardless of if whatever game we're playing, not getting the announcer to keep announcing at the same capacity. Ticket allocation for cup finals, that's a bit of a political one and we want to see that better. Ticket touting, I don't hate on anyone trying to make an honest dollar, to be fair with you, because you lot are doing that. We will transform the selection process for election to the forum by using our systems to engage directly with specific groups so nominees can make their pitch to supporters directly. We'll also promote the feedback mechanisms for fans more effectively to help forum members better reflect the views of the groups. We are establishing workshops to take fan representatives through specific areas of work. This will support our drive to make the fans' voice more central to our making and thinking, which is a key priority for us moving forward. Yeah. In addition, Vinay and other senior members of staff will meet with each AISA, I'm tired, people, and AST at least 3 times a year formally between each fan forum and ad hoc as required. So that just means if emergencies happen, they'll just do that. It took me a while to clock what ad hoc meant until I started working in Central. You know, what's the other one? Ad hoc, what's the other one? TBA or TBC or whatever it is. You know, they bear jargon in that. But anyways, so that's cool. You know, it gives us the vibe that we're more inclusive. I'm sure memberships are cool. To ensure the fans, the voice of the membership is clearly heard. No, it's not. So, you know, can we, Arsenal, if you're looking, first thing you can do, I don't even think you need to ask them, sort out the effing website. You know, sort out the website when it comes to buying tickets. That's it. Because it's an arm and a leg. Anyone that's tried to get there at 9 a.m., 10 a.m., you know how difficult it can be. So sort that out. You don't need to speak to anyone to sort that. Just chat to the IT people. You know, to ensure the voice of their membership is clearly heard. Supporters clubs will also have the opportunity to meet senior club officials on a regular basis. A fan representative will also join Arsenal's foundation trustee board. Stan and Josh said, "We are 100% committed to Arsenal for the long term, and we want our fans to feel even closer to the club they love. The steps that are being taken here will ensure their voice is more central to the club's decision making moving forward." It's all subjective, and again, it's very smart, you know, making out the fans' voice, and he's going to be heard. There's more inclusion and stuff, saying we're 100% committed. I mean, Daniel Ek, where are you? This would be the better time. This would be the best time to strike and hit them up and say, I haven't given up, you know, because all of a sudden, Vieira's got a job. Dennis Bergkamp's gone to the background. Thierry Henry ran off with Belgium. I ain't heard nothing from Daniel Ek. You know, maybe he's got all the publicity he needed. You know, I hope we buy the club. So we'll see what happens in that regards. But that's the plans, innit? You can reread that, people, but for what it's worth, that's the club's alleged plans, and that's that. So yeah, man. Please make sure you're hitting the like button, supporting on Twitch, checking out the DG merch, and all of those sort of things, people. Haven't dropped the link in time about this. So yeah, big up everyone who's getting there. I told you when we get to 1,000 followers and subs on Twitch, I'll do a giveaway. But yeah, man, that's it. If you believe in that, for what it's worth, man. Let's type in our. I don't know why his name was there, but I'm never going to read this. It just seems like people are just waffling in that regard. So I think that's that in relation to transfer speculation. Chambers is the right back. Deal with it. I mean, I have to deal with it. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I don't know why you're projecting some anger here. There's no need to deal with it. We're allowed opinions. Why are you so pressed, bro? Why are you so upset? Calm down, bro. Calm down. Calm down, man. I'm sure Sarah J's on the next tab, man. Go and take the stress out there, man. Allow me, bro. EG's too generous. He doesn't. With the eyes, he doesn't look entirely convincing. I just don't think he's shit. Tammy's not shit. I've spoken about that, HK. Please scroll back. I don't trust them. Oh, I'm going to have to. I told you spamming leads to people getting blocked. Brandon, apologies, man. You had to get cut. You're dead in the chat for people. And it makes it very difficult for me to read what's going on. Arsenal love a social media drive. I hope the club realizes action is what we're looking for, not words. Say what you mean and mean what you say. That's all I ask. These are just PR, bringing fans closer. My foot. I know it's only rumors, but hearing the players our rivals are linked with is filling me with some jealousy, man. Haaland, Varane, Samore, Camavinga. I hear you, but I'm at the point. I just want Arsenal to sign competent players. If FFP is suspended and Real Madrid and Barca are in such financial dire straits, Arsenal should be looting their rosters. This suggests that the Kroenkes are not going to heavily invest. No need to shout Zalid, but out of all three of them, I'd say Locatelli first. Well, if Lokonga didn't sign for this club, because that puts Bissouma last, Locatelli, Bissouma, Neves. But wouldn't mind any of them, man. Oh, Saka, man. Bro, you shouldn't be saying sorry for nothing, man. Come on, Saka. Fuck all of that, man. Enjoy your holiday, my brother. You're going to break my heart, man. Before I do it, never be sorry for being a real one. My number 7. My number 25 for the last month as well, but my heart's about to break, I can tell. Why is it not letting me scroll down? Oh, Saka, man. Just when I thought we was done, you know my heart can't take when I see my little homie Saka upset, man. Feel like I'm his big brother or something, and I'm sure a lot of you do, man. bro. Let's go, man. Saka, I'm pretty sure this must be on his Instagram as well. As you lot can see here. Let me zoom in because I can't see. But Saka has said, I have stayed away from social media for the last few days to spend time with my family and reflect on the last few weeks. This message won't do it justice, how grateful I am for all the love that I've received. And I feel that I need to thank everyone who has supported me. It was an honor to be part of an England squad that leads by example. They are brothers for life, and I'm grateful for everything that I have learned from each of the players and the staff who worked so hard to help that team reach our first final in 55 years. Seeing my family in the crowd, knowing that they've given up to help me get there, that meant everything. And Saka, that's why you should never say sorry. You're a real winner. They don't want you to win. You've defied the odds being a professional footballer, playing in a European final, being Arsenal's number 7, signing for some big boy new contract, all at 19 years of age. And you had never taken a penalty. Southgate, you can see the video. He asked you to take a penalty. You didn't diver. You didn't get scared. You took it. And these things, while I would have loved for you to score the winner, this is the life you take, man. This is how football works. It's the worst thing in the world, losing a football game. But at the same time, you've got your health. You've made your family proud. You've made people proud. You're a real winner because you're refusing to give up every day. Fuck football. It means F all. It means nothing. You lose a game of football, so what? You play the next one. You lose a penalty shootout, so what? Nobody's lost their life. Not everyone's got their health. And I feel sorry for England because this squad is nowhere near maturity. You know, it's been a great example of, you know, the people, whether you're white, black or whatever, riding with each other, not letting ignorance cloud your judgment or your heart. The same goes for the players. I've got full admiration for that squad of players, like I said on Rancy's show, because they're turning down meetings with Boris Johnson. They're sticking up for each other. There's a real togetherness, and they're not at maturity. I know a lot of these guys are not going to be here in 5 years, but Saka, Rashford, Sancho, these guys they ain't going potentially into a World Cup next year, and then you've got a Euros after that. So never ever say sorry, you know. Never say sorry. I know it's easier said than done. And every fan that racially abused this guy and everyone else, you should feel like scum. And I bet it's disgraceful. The man's 19. You talk about mental health, the emotions to even be there, to miss it, and then to hear all of this BS, man. Keep your head up, Saka. But anyways, man, he's moved on. There are no words to tell you how disappointed I was with the result and my penalty. I really believed we'd win this for you. I'm sorry that we couldn't bring it home for you this year. Never be sorry. You know, no one else apologized for getting their job wrong. I'm tired of seeing footballers say sorry for just having bad games or it not going their way. Unless you've racially abused someone, unless you've bitten someone, injured someone, bro. This rhetoric of saying sorry, over saying sorry. The first paragraph is calm. You'd expect that. Obviously, man, I'm going to say sorry for not winning the Euros. It's atrocious. It's atrocious. You shouldn't say sorry, bro. At 19 years of age, what the hell has most people done at 19? You'll be back. The beautiful thing about football, like life, and the saddest thing, it goes on. You know, that's it. Life goes on. And it's sad. And that goes for all of you lot as well, man. You know, life goes on no matter how bad it gets. So never let people get you down, especially pussies that are talking crap on social media. And you might say it to Saka's face, but there's hella man that will thump off your face if you say this. And it's cowardly. You know, it's sad now. After his first tournament, his first camp, him, Sancho as well, you know, great example. This is the feelings they're being left with. It's an absolute disgrace. There are no words to tell you how disappointed I am, bro. He knows it. The world's eating him up. The world's eating him alive. For the rest of his life, you type in Saka, there's going to be Arsenal goals and things. Saka missed penalty, England. You think you don't need to rain any harder on this young lad, but use this to remember no one really cares. He's gone on to say, but I promise you that we will give everything we've got to make sure this generation knows how it feels to win. Bro, you're a winner. The statistics are going against you. I've never felt more relatable to an England team than I ever have. You've inspired your own generation. You've inspired generations to come. I'm older than you. You've inspired me in my own little way. You lot have made me proud. Not just the black players. Obviously, they look like, man, they're my guys, in it. They've made me reliable. But everybody else, the way Maguire's spoken, Grealish, Mount, the rest of them, Southgate, the rest of them, never feel ashamed of for what you did, my guy, because you stepped up. You stepped up. Rashford not getting thingy, not getting surgery and them things there, so he can play in this tournament. Still stepping up. Man are putting their body on the line. Man are risking their mental health for what? To be treated like scum. Fuck you lot, man, that are doing all of that. Anyways, people, he said, my post-match reaction said it all. I was hurting so much and I felt like I'd let you all and my England family down, but I can promise you this, I will not let that moment or negativity that I've received this week break me. Can never break you. You know, you got Nigerian heritage, bro. Them Nigerians are strong men. People can't get broken down. You got the strength for the black man in you as well, man. Keep it up, my black kings, man. They can never rub you out. For those who have campaigned on my behalf and sent me heartfelt letters, wished me well and my family well, I'm so thankful. This is what football should be about: passion, people of all races, genders, religions, and backgrounds coming together with one shared joy of a roller coaster of football. That's it. That's fundamentally it. We win, lose, or draw together. We don't win as a nation and then lose as a Jamaican-born Raheem Sterling, Bukayo Saka with a Nigerian last name, Marcus Rashford from Moss Side, and Jadon Sancho with this, and Phillips who's got a Jamaican dad and whatever, and this and that, and the other. It's crazy. But it's like what Ozil said with Germany: when you win, man are German; when you lose, man are Turkish, man are African. Man are them things there, and this will always be it. French as well. And I think the Euros has kind of summed that up. You know, you're nothing more than cattle. And it would have been great, but we need to remember the same people that we would have been partying among the pagans, as I called it on Rance's thing. We got to remember they've shown their belly already. Them man, they were storming the capital when people just wanted to protest staying alive. Keep staying thankful. He said to the social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, I don't want any child or adult to have received the hateful and hurtful messages that me, Marcus, and Jadon have received this week. I knew instantly the kind of hate that I was about to receive. And that is a sad reality, that your powerful platforms are not doing enough to stop these messages. And how do we know he weren't thinking about that in the penalty shootout? How do you know that? And it's sad that we all knew that was going to happen. We all knew that was going to happen. Man has just missed a penalty at 90. Man is playing in a Euro final and he's thinking about social media. What the fuck, people? Really makes you question stuff, man. It really makes you question stuff. And for the British public, stop living in a fucking fantasy world. We're not all together. The majority of us, we're the minority now. The majority of us, you can see people for what, like he said, gender, relations, religion, all those sort of things, yeah, not discriminating against. But the majority are, we are the majority of people here, but we're the minority. We are the minority. We need to stop saying it's minority individuals, because it's not anymore. It's not. There is no place for racism or hate of any kind in football or in society. And football mirrors society. Society mirrors football. That is what England's about. Just like any other country, there is no place for racism or of any kind in football or in any society. And to the majority of people coming together to call out the people sending these messages, by taking action and reporting these comments to the police, and by driving out the hate, by being kind to another, we will win. Love always wins. My guy, I'm not sure if we will win. Love has been trying to win for centuries. We might have to hit love. We might have to, you know, where there's hate, there's love. Where there's love, there's hate. Might have to play the same fire. You know, we can't keep bringing knives to gunfights, so you get your head blown off. We need to fight fire with fire. I'm tired of the kumbaya thing. You know, these social media people need to reign hard. You know, the government need to do whatever. Or it's not going to end well. Someone's going to get racist and get their teeth pulled out. You know, it's sad when you're seeing Portsmouth players. You lot are going to be you lot probably got black teammates. You lot are going to see the world. Well, probably not, because you lot are shit. That's why you're at Portsmouth. But to have that sort of hate in your heart, you're seeing 50-year-old football coaches. And that's the scary thing about this racist thing. Stop assuming man are on benefits and all of these things. It's not the case. Some of these guys are judges, are coaches, are academy coaches, are agents, are security staff, are police, are things that, you know, passport people, are things that evidently can exercise discrimination. You know, man are always colorblind when things are going well. But then there's this: keep your head up, Saka, and that goes to everyone, you know. And the England team has made me proud. People that are on the same mission with the English team, and that made me proud. But one thing we can never forget is this racism. It will never be there. It will stay with everyone for life. I wouldn't say this is the significant tournament in my lifetime. What, man, I've been in 02, 06. We've had the 2020. I'm born in 95, people. So I've seen a decent amount. Not too much, but a decent amount. For some reason, this tournament, this Euro 2020, 21, whatever you want to call it, it will always stay with me, people. For that final, it will always stay with me. It will always stay with me, in the same way when Brexit won, that stayed with me. When I was in central London, well, let me not talk too tough, but the whole racial incidences, honestly, the man had to be there. I'm literally seeing people that look the same age as me. Come on, and you black cunt. And they're hiding behind police and that. Cowardly. But them man are cowards. Anyone that goes on social media and wants to get at a 19-year-old, cowardly. Them man, they're probably going to ask him for autographs. Their kids are literally being fed by Marcus Rashford. They're probably going to buy number 7 shirts for Jadon Sancho. But we've seen these incidences. I don't know why everybody's surprised about the Euros. I don't know why everybody's surprised to see this, because every day on social media, when a black player or whatever, whether it's Arsenal, England, Chelsea, United, subjected to racial abuse, they don't even have to be the English players. You know, we've seen bananas thrown, right? We've seen everything. We've been seeing it. England are very quick to condemn it when our under 21s are playing another country and the madness is happening. When, you know, a madness is happening in Czech Republic. The whole fucking place was up in arms when Arsenal had to deal with the racist thing or whatever. I mean, former Arsenal player Glenn Kamara. But when it's on our doorstep, we don't want to talk about it, because like what's this country's been built on. We like to be comforted by lies. We don't like to do things, and I think a lot of people are just damn right racist. A lot of people are not necessarily racist, but they can't understand, if you're gonna have these talks, yeah. If you're going to have these talks, take your feelings and leave them at the door. Everything is not an attack on you. It's like if women were, you know, we're talking about domestic abuse, or I hate it, but rape and things like that. And they're talking about the vicious things men have done, and you're sitting in a room trying to learn from them. You can't see that as they're attacking you. It doesn't make sense, you know. And I think too many times when talking about racism, people think it's an attack on them. People are too quick to say, I'm not racist. If you know you're not racist and we know you're not racist, shut up and listen. You know, there's more energy in racists coming out and saying, I am not racist, than actually condemning these things. You know, and a lot of people, they don't care. They'll be up in arms today, they'll go about it tomorrow. And a lot of people as well, because I get a lot of you, I get a lot of you who thingy, not racist, but you get some of you sit here and go, oh, DG, I used to love you, but you're talking about racism. Fuck off then. I'm not pulling my language. If you love me when I'm talking about Arsenal and these young players, fuck off then, because you don't like, man. You like what I can do. The minute man are talking about things that affect things, you don't want to hear it. And then you've got another type. You've got people who go, oh, DG, you're a bit angry there. You're a bit pressed. I don't want you to talk about this. That's a privilege in itself, to be able to say, I can turn off from this. Man, I can't turn off from this. If you treat a 19-year-old who has been part of a team for the first time in however many fucking years, getting you to a final, if you can treat him and them man there like that, how are you going to treat the common Joe on the street, the college youth? That, because many 19-year-olds are in college and uni and them things. How are you going to treat them? You know, the feds can't move up to Bukayo Saka and that, but they can move to me on the street. You know, they can do madness. It's atrocious. And everyone will be up in arms. Everyone will condemn it. Everyone will talk about it. But you go back to it. You know, racism is one thing. Systemic racism is even more dangerous, you know. Then you've got the unconscious biases. You've got it in the media, you know, because if we really cared, people would attack how the media tell stories in football and out of football, how their terminology, their language, certain, you know, MPs and influencers and people in the public eye, when they come out with stuff, bullshit would be checked. How many people, free speech is free speech, but how many people in this country are allowed to come out with fuckery, people? How many? It's upsetting. A 19-year-old who just played in a final, he's coming out and doing paragraphs. And you know this, you know, some of it is done. Sorry, my phone is ringing, people. Some of this is done by media teams. You know, he writ this himself. My heart bleeds for Saka, man. 1 second, people. 1 second. My heart bleeds for Bukayo Saka. But that's that, man. There's nothing more to add in that, man. You know, Saka finally speaks, bro. You didn't even have to say sorry. The only, obviously, you want to say, I missed, you know, apart from the generic, I missed the pen, we go again. That's what you should say. Man, should be doing paragraphs. Fuck off, man. Get the hell out of here, man. Hell out of here. Saying sorry for what? When none of these man that were moving dumb are saying sorry for their madness. Shut up, man. But this is it. And like I said in the videos I did, never forget you. They like your rhythm. They don't like your blues. You know, they don't like your blues. Famous quote said by whoever, but it was a madness. So that's that, man. We move, man. Like I said, shout out to everybody, whether you're white, black, man, woman, everyone who stands against hate. Anyone that's just a fucking normal human being, bro. Shout out to you, lot. And if you're not, you're on the racist thing, you're on the scumbag thing, I'm never gonna wish you bad, man, because you know I don't want people. I don't even want to be putting that energy out there. But I wish the worst on you. I don't wish bad mind on people. Racism, all them things there, all that crosses out there. I wish the worst on you. You know, and these lot are cowards. They won't do it to people who got nothing to lose. You know, you do it to a Saka, man. It's an absolute madness, man. It's an absolute madness. Anyways, people, 1 second. I'm gonna be back. I'm actually here, man. Let me see what's going on. Absolute joke, man. Shout out to Saka. Hold your fucking head high, man. And on that, I'm gonna comment. Hold your head, Saka, bro. Hold your head high, man. Man, our kings out here, man. Nothing more, nothing less, bro. Don't ever say sorry, bro. You've already man, I'm 19 playing in finals. What can most man say? Man, bro, certain man couldn't even get pussy at 19, bro. Blood. And they're talking that they couldn't even get pum pum. And they're talking about man, that's biggest man's accomplishment. Get out of here, bro. A lot, fam. Anyways, there we go, bro. My emotions are contained, bro. My emotions are contained, bro. If the passion and them things there come out, it is what it is, bro. It's raw emotion in this thing. It's live, bro. Man, not gonna do. I'm never gonna do. My thing is authentic. If I've ever shouted or acted normal, it's because that's how I feel. I'm not gonna do what you see on Sky Sports and BBC and all of these things where they'll bring their little token youths on there because they make people feel comfortable about speaking about racism. Racism is uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for me to sit here and speak about this. As you can tell, my demeanor and everything's changed. You know, it's uncomfortable. That's why they'll never let me go on it because I'm not sparing no one's feelings. I'm saying things for what they are. People like to be coveted by lies in life, much less this country is built on lies. Bro, we're tired. Bro, they're tired. Bro, we're tired of being called fucking niggas and shit, man. What the hell? And like I said, for me personally, racism is racism. I would rather, not that I care, I rather the whole you effing this in my face because man can deal with that. It's them systemic ones that is scary. It's, you know, it's them ones there that are really damaging. Saying it as it is, I appreciate that, man. It is what it is, bro. You lot, football is one thing, but then there's this, you know, and then what? Tell man, shut up and talk and think about football, man. Yeah, man, I'll pattern that for you. Sorry for all the font guys, but I actually didn't care, man. No, YouTube can come for me. I haven't said anything, bro. I haven't said anything that's wrong. Man can come for me. I haven't been derogatory against anyone. YouTube will be cool, man. Man was shouting his agents. I wish. Balogun or Martinelli, personally, we are so lucky to have both, but only one is a future star who you got your money on. Why is only one a star? And one doesn't, you know, if one can be a decent squad player, it is what it is. But to humor your question, for me, Martinelli all the way. Racism's not going anywhere, bro. I remember when I was how old was I? I was like 10. I already felt racism then, but I at one point I had things. I thought gang violence would start, racism would live in a fairy tale, but these things just get recreated. You know, kids are it's filtered down to youths, bro. It's not gonna get out of it. Like, so it is what it is, man. I'm not, bro. It's just, man said it's just a bit of banter. You know, I'm never gonna send for you, man. Your mother clearly wishes he swallowed, man. Bro, I'm here for that, bro. I'm not that I want any praise, but you know, I talk about football, but I've always prided myself on always speaking about these sort of things. That's what annoys me about other YouTubers, you know. Man, I hear when two YouTubers are beefing or, you know, somebody's getting caught moving mad online or doing mad stuff. Everyone's there to give their opinions on nonsense. But when it's time to speak about things and rise up about things and address elephants in the room, I don't want to speak about it because they want to make sure clubs can still call them the platforms they can still go on. That's why man will it happens all the time. Man will come here and say things to you in the private. Oh, that was great, man. That happens all the time. But where are you, bro? What was you? Happened the other day. I'm not gonna put them in it because it is what it is. But I got a WhatsApp from a very not a YouTuber, but someone who is a hallmark in someone that's very known, telling me, "Oh, I like what you said, man. I like the way you pull it about the Saka." But then I think, "Yo, where's your thing though? Because you're like, what going for your thing? Like you got a way bigger platform than man. What's going on there? But you don't want to lose nothing." And that comes down to integrity. I'm not condoning it. I get it. You know, as much as racism is one thing and all of that, We have to talk about people in, people, and it might be easy for me to say, but people that are in certain walks of society or in certain buildings and things, they don't want to speak because they don't want to lose it. When you're in the house, you don't want to go back in the field. And, that's cowardly. Certain people are only repping. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's a certain black man, black coach in this England national team. He had his hands around Saka. When it was time to speak, you were speaking. The minute you got that job, you shut the hell up about it for years, even before this thing. It's poor, bro. It's poor. Segregated leagues, that's dead, man. What the hell, bro? We just need to be with bro. What the fuck all that segregation? What's all of that, bro? Life shouldn't be about this over here and that over there, bro. It should be about celebrating everybody's differences, but fundamentally recognizing that we're all the same. None of that stuff, man. Bro, any emotion you see, I promise you, every person that's been racially abused, whether you're black, brown, the nationality thing, they've had more emotion. They're more felt than this. It is what it is. I don't know for African League, but I personally feel if there was more people that had direct experiences of racism in certain positions, like when it comes to dealing with racism with the UEFA, like the FA, there would be more done. Like these social media companies, none of them executives are little black youths and things, so they don't know what it feels like more time. So they're not gonna have empathy for it. So it's bad. They'll come out and give the statements, but that's where it ends. There'll never be that burning candle in their heart to pattern it, and that's reality. It's like as sad, as mad as it is, it's almost like, I don't want to say this, but it's like finding out a family member died, but you never knew them or met them. You could be sad, but you can't really, you ain't been in that, innit? And when you don't have any empathy for a fellow person, when you don't want to, it's always going to be a myth, innit? It's always going to be a myth, man. It's unfortunate that we've had to end this on the Saka thing, man. I don't know if they always hit home, but I appreciate that, man. And there's also that as well, Kieran, man. People, only now are you seeing Piers Morgan, Gary Neville, and actually fellow players that are not black support the thing. There's certain black youths that will not speak, and then there's certain others, because people are scared. It's cool to talk about racism now. You can see it. Everyone can. When Sterling gets rubbed out, everyone and their nan's speaking about it. You can't do that now. When Sterling used to get fed to the wolves, some of his own fellow black players, they never used to rise up for him. And sometimes the penny needs to drop, but this is the thing. It's upsetting, man. I should be screaming bare SYM, but you see the problem is, you see the problem. It's the social media, bro. Because even I got thick skin, I could deal with it, but I don't know. But Saka's got 1 million followers. When you got bare people DMing you, it's different with it. You can't really get off with it, man. Make sure you're hitting the like button, man. Trust me, we're not in all 50s, bro. Man, I'm moving mad still. You'd have to ask Turkish, bro. I don't know. Bro, Saka, I don't get footballers' names on the back of my shirt. Last one I got was Alexis. I'm going to get Saka, and I still don't want to get Saka purely because I don't like footballers on the back of my shirt if they bust out and that. But Saka, Sancho, and Rashford, they're the guys now. Like I like them as footballers, innit? I'm not tribal over them, but they're the guys, regardless of who teams they support, bro. They're my heroes, bro. They're my modern day heroes now, bro. Can't lie to you. So they'll always get support. I ain't gonna buy no United shirt, but you might see. Well, I ain't buying an English shirt either. You're funding that really, but I would have got a Sancho thing on the back or a Sterling or something, man. It is what it is, man. Terry, I don't know for that, man. I don't know for that. And the problem is as well, you've got this whole one thing that fuels this racist thing as well is you've got the government. It's a class war. You've got the government doing madness, and then they're preying on naive people who they've not invested in their areas and whatnot, and they're telling them all the problems are of the immigrants, and there's a race to eliminate the white man or something like that, and that preaches ignorance. I know this because I got an email by an idiot called Miles about something like this. This is the problem. Like the real agenda is racism, but it's a class war at the same time, and certain people are it's ignorance is bliss thing. It's not happening. It's sad, man. Absolute madness. Like, is where it is, man. Bro, schools don't teach shit, bro. Schools just water things down, bro. You don't even know slavery happened in England. You don't even know that you don't even know, bro. You never know why you got certain last names. You don't know nothing, man. It's a shame, man. It's a shame. That's it. But these racists don't want to accept they're the same. You got a racist white guy doesn't want to accept that a black guy is a human as him. You got a racist black guy doesn't want to accept that a white guy is the same as him. Fundamentally, they know this. They know they are, but that's what kills them. Oh man, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But I can't lie. I need to go get ready for football, as you saw with the calls there. You know, it's sad to end it. It's sad to end it like that. It's sad to end it speaking about Bukayo Saka and whatnot. You'll get your timestamps. I'll obviously clip it up so you can get, you know, your little bits and pieces and whatnot. But yeah, man, it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. Piers Morgan ain't been against that because he's been fucking fueling that stuff. He's been fueling it. Whether it's racist or unconscious bias, Piers Morgan, I'm not saying he's racist, but that man is only loyal to himself. Piers Morgan is loyal to he wants to be the guy seen saying the right thing. He's loyal to his engine. He's loyal to his brand. He's not loyal to humanity. So fuck Piers Morgan. Anyways, on that topic though, I'm out of here though, man. Again, I'll be back again tomorrow. Enjoy football. I got work. Shout out to my 9-to-5ers, man. Love always wins eventually, but it is what it is. Shame it had to end that way, Adam, man. But we can't go away, man. We can't go away from reality, man. Bro, Martin Luther King, they teach Martin Luther King, but they don't teach when, you know, they teach the Kumbaya thing, but they don't teach when Martin Luther King said, I fear I've led my people into a burning house. If you don't know who you are, life will take you for an idiot. And this is how it gets, man. But anyways, big up to everyone. White, black, man, woman, you know, this is why I love DG Nation, because everybody is a sensible human being and everyone celebrates differences. The problem is, I wish we could be the majority when not in it. So it is what it is, man. So yeah. On that note, though, I'm out, though, man. I'm off to play football. Obviously, young Lacazette. Well, nah, Lacazette. Let me not say Lacazette. He's a Bukayo Saka ting. Forget it. Bukayo Saka ting. I ain't taking pence though. But on a nice note, people, please stay safe. Enjoy whatever's left of you. Let's uplift the mood. So you know what, Nana, you're spot on, man. You're spot on. You're spot on. Might as well, man. It's not even a courage thing. It's not even a courage thing. It's what's right. I don't want people to ever look at me as some freedom fighter. Man, I have to speak about everything. I'm not no hero. I don't know everything about everything. Man, I'm not no freedom fighter and them things there. But when the right is right and wrong is wrong in it, and when it's BS, people got a lot of things to speak about. When it's things that matter, people ain't got much to speak about. But yeah, man, you know, I'm a serious multi-talented guy. When I'm not doing a Mazda on YouTube, I might be packing youths in this football thing. You get me? I pass that, man. Pass that. You know you ain't saving that keeper, man. Come out of here, baby. Come out of here, man. DG King. You get me? Yeah. Tavares could never. Anyways.